Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, Oscar. How's it going? Wow. Have you seen these markets? Have you seen how price has been moving? Have you seen these incredible calls that we've made throughout? Talking about Peloton, talking about, Peloton is one of those ones that we've been looking at and talking about for some time. And we were talking about how price was in an institutional area of interest for buying by the banks, by the large institutions, right? And this was what, a month ago, 6 weeks ago? I can't even remember how long it was, but we were talking about how all they would need is some kind of an event to get the ball going. All right. Price dropped into an area where the institutions had interest to buy. All right. So they started accumulating positions, and lo and behold, all they needed was something to trigger and get the momentum going, and they would do the rest. And so we didn't know what that was going to be. Like I said, we thought, hey, it could be anything. It could be any type of news that's going to be positive for Peloton. And it just so happens that, now we're getting drop after drop after drop of news, all happening at the same time. I mean, do you think that's a coincidence? Honestly, does anybody think that's a coincidence? There's no way. There's no way that it's a coincidence. I'll tell you that right now. There's just not a coincidence, all right? Because when you know how the markets work, you always see the same thing happening. Price comes into institutional areas of buying, and then the news will be, custom made for that move that is supposed to take place. So now when we look at Peloton, we're seeing that the CEO is going to be stepping down. Great. Lots of talks about a potential buyout in Peloton, right? It could be Nike. It could be Apple. There's even talks that Amazon could be interested. But all this hype is good. All this hype is good because this is what would be required for a rally up in price. Okay? Now, can you imagine getting inside Peloton down at the lows, okay, down here, which is exactly what happened, okay, right here at $24, okay, and within a matter of weeks, you're at $37, okay? What about the call options on that? How do you think those ones looked? How do you think those call options looked? We were looking at them. Let me show you something. Okay. We were looking at them. Price was down here, $30. Let's take a look here. It was March 18, $30. Now everybody wants to call options. So, the end of January. Yeah, just the January 28. Let's take a look here. 30 call option, still retrieving data. Okay, we'll let that load up. Be very interesting to see where it's at right now. But that's a nice increase. Okay, that's a nice rally up in price. And when we zoom out, okay, there's nothing to stop price from heading much higher. Okay, from what we're seeing over time. Now, I detailed this one in the latest Arusha report, which was sent out to members over the weekend. So I don't want to give out much more information than that. But this is definitely one that is on our watch list. All right. So all the news, again, like I said, coming out to support this rally. Peloton to replace chief executive and cut 2,800 jobs amid sales slump. I didn't read that part. Cut the 2,800 jobs. Wow, that's a lot. Peloton to replace and cut 2,800 jobs. Well, they're making the necessary changes. So we'll see how that one unfolds. But so far, it's looking really good. Really good. And how could we have known that? Isn't that just unbelievable? How could we have known that? Well, I mean, it's just knowing the markets and knowing how they move. Really, that's what it comes down to it. So now we got the S&P 500. So I have mentioned this before. S&P 500 is in a situation where, you know, we're at a crossroads, okay? And what do I mean by that? What I mean is, you know, price was coming down, okay? And now it's down here. And what's happening down here is we have institutional, let me show you. Right now we have institutional buying that's coming in, okay? And at the same time, we have institutional selling that's coming in here, okay? So what ends up happening when you have that is you have price going sideways. Because you have buying coming in, you have selling coming in. The thing is in time, one of these are going to win, okay? In time, either the buying is going to become stronger and then we're going to see price increase, or the selling is going to become stronger and you're going to see price decrease. Our job is to figure out which one is going to happen, okay? If you want to get in early, if you want to get in early into a position, you have to figure out which one is going to take place before it even happens. Otherwise, if you want the odds in your favor when you take a trade, is you wait for one of those two to take place, and then you know exactly what's happening, and then you could take advantage of that momentum that comes into the market. So we have a bias of price continuing upwards. That's the one that we have a bias of. We believe over time there's going to be a stronger push to the upside as opposed to the downside. And that's just by looking at the markets and looking at the dynamics of what's in play and the supply and demand forces that are in play and which ones are stronger and what it typically means when the market is in this situation. So that is what we're seeing. Oh, come on. There you go. There we go. So that is what we see happening with the SPY. I mean, it's not much different when we come and look at the NASDAQ. It's pretty much in the same predicament. And same thing is going on with the Dow Jones. Now, we were also looking at the Russell 2000 for a potential drop. But so far, what I'm seeing here is it looks like there's going to be strength alongside the markets, okay? At least for the short term, because there is a different dynamic taking place here on this chart that the other ones are not showing. All right, so some stocks that we had on our list was AMD. We're watching this one. Soon there's going to be a long trade signal, which we'll give out to members, but it's not quite there yet. ABBV. This is a strong one. Look how well this one's been holding. Okay, it's a biopharmaceutical company based in North Chicago, and they're developing cannabis-based FDA drugs. Okay, so this one's a strong one. We've been watching this for a while, and we're just waiting for some type of push down so we can enter into positions and ride this one to the upside. So that one's looking really good. We were looking at coin yesterday, and we see that we got a nice push up. I believe that push up is from the strength in Bitcoin, okay? Because we've received some strength in Bitcoin, and something very dramatic happened in Bitcoin. We'll get back to it a little bit later on. But coin, like I'm saying, is we got some strength. All right, is this strength going to continue? It's hard to say. We've seen this major correlation between Coinbase and the strength of Bitcoin. And right now, I mean, the odds increased with Bitcoin. That price is going to be going higher, okay? Since yesterday, the odds increased of that. But they're not so high that I would be putting my money on it. So this one is just one that I'll be watching for the time being. Costco, we've been watching Costco for some time. And soon we'll have a long trade signal on this one as well. But so far, it's looking really good, and it's acting the way that we would be expecting it to act. Disney, this is one that I got in down at the lows. I exited my position right here at the highs before it stalled because of the expectations we had of price stalling. We want to really capture in the momentum on that trade, and we did. So we're waiting for this one to progress, and then when it does and the momentum's back into the market, we'll continue with that one. NVIDIA, this was one that I was checking out yesterday. Looks pretty decent. We had a little bit of momentum from these lows, but still we're waiting on a long signal on that one as well. But Peloton, that's the big winner so far. Peloton. I'm also in another one that I just posted about, LAZR. That one's doing extremely well. I got into some options with that one, and I added to my position today. So going to be watching that one closely. SBUX, not quite there yet, but soon it will be. And I'll be looking to participate in option trades for that one. Tesla, been having my eyes on this one. Long trade signals are going to take place soon. Watching that one. Twitter's looking pretty good. This one will have long trade signals as well. VALE, this is one of our monster picks. Okay, VALE is one of our monster picks. All right, all the way from down in the $11, and our target's at $18.38. Okay, monster. We called it. We broke it down. Level 3 students, we analyzed this in great detail and discovered exactly why this move was to be expected. Okay, and we outlined this for members and laid out these targets quite some time ago. LAZR, look at LAZR. Okay, look at the strength. You know, the CEO, insider trading, buying down here. Okay, this is where the CEO thinks it's a good time to buy. I would completely agree, because when you analyze the charts, this area down here is exactly where the institutions are buying. I mean, isn't it great to know where the institutions are going to be buying a stock? I mean, since the institutions are the ones that really move the stock in any really strong and long-lasting way, isn't that where you want to be buying alongside them? Well, we bought alongside them. So did the CEO. So that one is doing very well. Another one that we have on our watch list is WKHS, Workhorse. This one came to us from a member. He alerted us to this one being a stock of interest, WKHS. I'll bring it up, WKHS, Workhorse. When you look at what it is that they do, very interesting company. Okay, click on profile. Very interesting company, what they offer. So you can read through that. I thought it was good. I thought it was strong. I think it has a lot of potential for the future. Battery electric vehicles and aircraft in the United States. Also, okay, you could read through that, go through their website and take a look. So I think it's a strong company. I think what they offer is pretty decent. I think price is at the exact spot I'd like to be interested in buying it. Okay, after massive drops, this sucker was up in the 40s. It's at $3 now. Okay, this is at $3, so it's definitely in a good spot to start accumulating positions. So I'll be doing that with this one soon. Pfizer, had my eyes on this one and was interested in getting in here. So it looks like revenue estimate was 24 bill. And it came out 23, hence the drop. I don't think that's negative. I think they're just making it look negative. Price is in an institutional area of buying that has already been tapped in a couple times, which means, you know, that area where the algorithms are programmed to buy, you know, the more times price comes into those areas, you know, it's not going to be stronger each time it goes in there. I'll tell you that much, unless they're accumulating a position. And that is possible that they're doing that right now. We haven't seen very strong evidence of that as of yet. So we'll just wait on the sidelines and wait for a stronger and clearer picture. RBLX, which is a metaverse play, it dropped to new lows. I'll be watching this one. I know that there's heavy interest from a lot of big investors in this one. So over time, I think this one could be a really good play. So I will be watching for signals on this one. But it's not there yet, okay? And what stock has been pummeled lately? Like seriously pummeled, okay? Which one they couldn't talk worse about it right now? Which stock could they not talk worse about right now? Let's see. Is there any news on it today? I mean, you couldn't put down, Meta Platforms more in these last few days. All they've been saying is negative stuff about the company. That's it. It's like they're no good. Their estimates are no good. Their forward guidance is no good. Nothing's good about them. They used to be the best thing since sliced bread. All of a sudden, nobody cares about them. Yeah, don't fall for it. Okay? I'm telling you right now, don't fall for it. Market strategists washed out sentiment will give way to higher equities. Meta has dark days ahead. Ooh, dark days. You better have nothing to do with this company. Sell your shares. If I were you, I would sell it, Yeah. Well, who do you think is buying it? Okay. If Facebook was going to drop, let's just look at it this way. Okay. Let's just look at it this way. Let's see. Just want to hide all my drawings. All right. Here's a chart of Facebook. Okay. Right now, Facebook is at $223. Okay. Now let's just say that Facebook was destined to drop down to $100. Okay. Do you think if you were to have shares of Facebook and you were to sell it, the market makers have to take the other side of the trade? Do you think if it was really going to go down to $100, do you think the market makers who are all so powerful, okay, they're all so powerful, and yes, they are all so powerful because as we've illustrated to you guys in the past, they are the ones that own all the major corporations, okay? It's the same group of people. So do you think that if it was going to go to $100, do you think they would have all their owned media companies telling you this is dark days ahead, it's going to go down, you shouldn't be do you think they would do that? Would that work in their interest to do that? Just logically thinking, okay? Logically, it wouldn't work in their interest to do that. So why would they do that? The thing is, they wouldn't do that, okay? If we've learned anything from how these guys think, they would never, ever give that away, all right? They would never be dumping a stock that they're going to be forced to hold on to that they don't want, okay? What they want is to accumulate a stock low in price. That's what they want to do. They want to get into a stock low so they can ride it up. But the only way that they can get into those stocks is if you sell them the stocks, right? The ones that they lured you into buying up here. Okay, they lure you into buying stocks at $340. They drop price. And then when they say the future of Facebook is dire, and you're like, oops, I'm not going to hold this sucker any longer, and you drop off the stocks and sell them off, they come in and purchase them. So since we know this to be the truth of what takes place in the markets, that's what I'm going to be watching for, is I'm going to be watching for that. Okay. And I can tell you right now that on the monthly chart, we have the banks, we have price inside of an institutional buying zone. Okay. What does that mean? Well, this area is an area that we located on the charts that could be an area where the institutions will start accumulating position. Okay. There's high odds. Okay, out of all the areas that we locate on the charts, and we have multiple charts that we look at. We have daily charts, we have 4-hour charts, we have weekly charts. We have so many different time frames. And what we do is we locate all the buying and selling areas. Okay, and then we determine what's the likelihood that these areas are going to be used to facilitate moves or not. All right, and then we combine it with what we're seeing in the markets, in the media, what they're doing, and then we look for the indications that the banks are buying, all right? Because they will have to show their hands. They're the biggest players in the world, all right? The amount of money that they're dealing with is large. It's big, big money, all right? So they're going to show their cards. Every time they make a move, they're going to show their cards. It's just, do you know what it looks like? Do you know how to spot them making moves? That's what this comes down to. So we'll be paying attention to Facebook and watching for the long signals. We don't care what the media has to say in terms of, scaring us out of participating in this stock, because we know how the media works. The media is just going to try to scare people to get out of positions. Okay? That's it. All right? And so right now we're seeing a lot of negative news. So it's just a matter of time until the long trade signals are present. All right. So that's pretty much it. 23 minutes. That's a good amount of time. We went through the major things that we were looking at. Oh, yes. Bitcoin. I wanted to point out something on Bitcoin before I let you guys go. Can we hit the like button? We only have 5 likes. That's ridiculous. It should be a lot more than that. I mean, sheesh. The information that we're giving you here is like rock solid. Okay? Rock solid. So I think we can get a couple more likes in there, can't we? Let's see. So, looking at Bitcoin weekly chart, we have this trend line, okay? Right here. And the trend line was broken, as you can see. And so we have an institutional area of supply that we located here, okay, where the banks were filling in selling orders. This is where they were filling in selling orders, right? And so price dropped because of that. So the likelihood that price would rally up to that area and then drop was quite high, all right? Because if the banks come in and they are selling Bitcoin, okay, they just finished selling Bitcoin at that price, and price comes back up to that area, what we know to be true is that if they were interested in selling it just a few days ago, they'll likely be interested in selling it now, okay? So the odds are that's what will happen. But there are times in the market when we know for sure something's going to happen, and there's times in the market where we can't know because the institutions are not showing their cards, all right? They're not showing the moves that they're making. So when price comes into an area of supply that they just recently created, yes, the odds are that it's going to drop, but whether or not it drops is still left to be seen. So it's left up to the live trades that they put into the market. And so we were watching this zone very closely. All right. We were watching this zone because we knew, hey, if the banks take price up to this area, they could use this area to drop price to the teens if they wanted to. But we'd have to see and wait and see what they're doing because they're doing it live time. All right. So what they've ended up doing is they're penetrating through that area. Okay. Now, is this the algorithm's program to say, don't worry about that area where we were interested in selling? Don't worry about that. We have something else in mind. All right. That could be what's in play right now. And what's that something else in mind? I don't know. All right. So when I'm looking at a chart and I don't know what that something else is because I don't have a crystal ball, I can't read the future. I don't have hidden cameras inside the institutional offices where they're doing the trading. So I don't know what they've got planned, but I'm watching them very closely and I'm watching to see what they do. And eventually they'll show us enough of their cards where we'll know exactly what their game plan is. Right now, I don't know, but eventually it'll come out. So for now, I'm not going to be making any forecasts on Bitcoin because, could it go higher? Sure it could. Could it go lower? Sure it could. Do I know what's going to happen? No, I don't. So I'm not going to dip my feet in this one and participate in this market. All right. So that's about it. If there's any charts you want to take a look at, I wouldn't mind taking a quick look at them, and then I will let you move on. I did see a move that I wanted to spot here in oil. Look at oil. Are we surprised that it's dropping? Are we surprised that it's dropping? What did we say? What were we saying? Remember what we were saying not too long ago? I posted it on Twitter. I posted it in the Telegram channel. If you guys haven't gotten to our Telegram channel, you guys got to get in there. There's links on the website. www.whiteoakfx.com. You gotta check out our site, our channel. Just come to our website. On the bottom there's our Telegram channel. Okay, there's the button. All you got to do is click on that and it'll take you to the Telegram channel. But you got to get in there because the stuff that we're sharing is just, it really is remarkable stuff. You're not going to find this analysis anywhere. Nobody's doing this analysis, all right? We're telling you what's going to happen before it happens. We're telling you tomorrow's moves today. We're telling you next week's moves today, okay? Not many people can do that consistently. Some people, obviously people can get things right, but they can't do it so consistently like we do. All right. How is it that we had monthly targets here? Because we knew the banks would take profits there too. Wouldn't it be nice to get in low and to sell exactly where the banks are selling? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Well, that's what we do. Okay. And we teach how we do that. And so now we see the big push to the downside. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. Watch for the weakness. I even pointed out the news that was coming out. What was it? JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley said, oh, oil's going to $100. It's going to go to 125. Yeah, exactly when the banks needed to do what? Remember? They needed to take profits. So how are they going to take profits? Who are they going to offload their positions to? If nobody's interested in buying oil, who the heck are they going to sell their positions to, right? That's what's happening right now. And that is going to be the theme over the next multiple weeks. That's not just today and not just this week. It's going to be the theme over the next multiple weeks. So be aware of that, okay? Eventually, this is going to drop a lot more, okay? So keep an eye on that. Netflix, let me see. So dollar, we'll look at the dollar too. The dollar weakness, same thing. We pointed this out. Okay, so this is no news to us. Netflix. I'm interested in buying Netflix. I think it's going to be a good buying opportunity very soon. It's not quite there yet. I'm just waiting for the long signal, but we do suspect that price is going to be over time heading up. Okay, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Somebody wants to look at PayPal. Yeah, what's up with PayPal? They had bad earnings. Let's see. Estimate 689. Okay. So, what was it about? I read something just recently. What was it? I think I posted on it. Something about PayPal. We've been talking about PayPal for a while, okay? And what we see happening in PayPal is price dropping, okay? The institutions created a supply area here. They dropped priced, they rallied it, and it gapped down here, just like magic. The institutions got in short, okay? They sold short at $173. The next day it gapped down to $140. What a bloody miracle. Isn't that just a bloody miracle? How would they know that? Well, because they know, right? Because they know. We talk about insider trading. You know, when people get caught insider trading and they pay the price and they go to jail, that's just the competition, okay? These guys, they have so much money. They're invested in all these corporations. They own the vast majority of the corporations. They're taking the trades, the opposite side of your trades. I mean, you know, talk about the ultimate insider trading. You own the companies. You know exactly what's going to happen with the companies, okay? And you're also taking the opposite side of the trades. So you think they know that they should short at 173? Because, yeah, their media companies are going to come out with news that's going to make it gap down to $1.40? Yeah, because they know that the earnings estimates are going to come out and they're going to fall short and they're going to be perceived as negative, so it's going to drop even further. You don't think this is all pre-planned? It's all pre-planned. When you know that and you know how to follow these guys, it's easy breezy, okay? This is going to drop more from what we're seeing, all right? And then it's going to be an incredible buying opportunity and we're going to see price rally. That's what we see. All right, but it's not ready yet. When it is, we'll start talking about it. We'll look at it. All right, TTCF, what is that? Tattooed Chef. Yeah, I have this on my list. I like it. It's at a good area. I think the institutions could start buying it up. I don't think it's ready yet. You see, there hasn't been enough momentum. TTCF, let's see. Any news? Is there anything coming in here? Any insider buying? Giorgio, any insider buying here by the owners or anything like that? Tattooed Chef, investors buy the stock. That's a motley fool. Is Tattooed Chef a buy or bust? Why Tattooed Chef's stock slumped? I read one of these articles 4 days ago. Was it this one? Let me take a quick look here. It was down at the bottom where they get to the point. Yeah. Let me see. Upside is undoubtedly enticing considering the Tattooeds have market cap. Okay. Great news about a company like Tattooed Chef is that you don't need many shares to make a lot of money. Beyond Meat, blah, blah, blah. No, this wasn't the article. Missing on profit projections. Yeah. By the way, this is the company that I was talking about the other day, where some of they sell these services. It's just ridiculous. And a big portion of their members are holding stocks that are down 30, 40, 50%. I mean, that's just wrong. You should never buy a stock and hold it and let it drop 50%. That's just like, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing if you're doing that. Anyways, so Tattooed Chef is good. I don't see any really big strong moves yet. We've seen a couple rallies up here on the daily chart, which is somewhat decent. This could be institutional buying here, buying. And if we keep getting these big pushes up here, slowly increasing like that, that would signal to me that institutional buying is coming in here. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Tattooed Chef, TTCF. Open Insider. This is where you can see who's buying what. 4/16/21. Nothing's happened lately on that one. Okay. What was the other stock that we were looking at? PYPL. Look at that. CEO is buying PayPal. Yeah, I think that's what I probably was looking at 124 bucks. Okay. The CEO is buying at $124. Yeah. As it's dropping down into an area of buying. That's right. Let's see. But in December, he sold. No, wait. December 13, he sold about $2 million worth. Beauty. At $1.88. Yep. At $1.88. December. Right here. December. Right here, guys. $1 million worth right here. Okay. Yeah. They knew it was going to drop. He knew it was going to drop. Okay. Give me a break. And, listen, if he knew it was going to drop here, he sold $2 million. Now he's starting to buy. Okay. So he knows it's exactly what I was just outlining to you. Okay. They know where the big bounce is going to happen. They know it. All right. If I know it, I'm sure they can figure it out. All right. They are the insides. And let's take a look here at PYPL. Let's see. Yeah, at the end of the day, the people, the companies, the institutions who own PayPal, they want to make a profit. Okay? So, yeah. PayPal is owned by the major players. So, listen, PayPal is owned by the same media companies. Okay? Look, we're getting our news from Yahoo, right? Yahoo Finance. Oh, it's private. Oh, they don't want to show. Oh, no wonder. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Yahoo Japan. Yeah, it's private. They're hiding who owns them. Well, I'm not surprised. I know who owns them. Now he's starting to buy. Only $1 million. He sold 2 million higher, but he only got in with $1 million. I wouldn't be surprised when PayPal gets even lower in price. Okay, when it gets down to the 100s, we're gonna see this guy come in with that other $1 million. Okay, that he offloaded here. I wouldn't be surprised. Giorgio, keep an eye on this. I'd like to see what happens with that. Annie, so this info is out there for free? Wow. Yeah, it's out there for free. You just need to know how to interpret it and how to combine it with what's taking place on the charts, and boom. It's if you know the context of what's everything taking place within, then you can discover what should likely happen with price. But yeah, this is a good website, Open Insider, brought to you by Giorgio. So very good. Any other charts? Let me see. Zillow. What's up with Zillow? Yeah, we could. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Okay. You see this big move? You see that? That's the same thing, right? How many charts have we already looked at the same thing? Right? Same thing. Boom, boom, boom. These big moves up. Yeah, that to me looks like institutional buying. All right. So let's take a look here really quickly. See who owns them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Profile. Digital real estate company operates real estate brands on mobile applications. Yeah. They have a website, right? They sell, they list properties for sale, isn't it? It's been a while. Real estate, apartments, mortgages. Yeah. It's been a while since I been here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think this is a good one too. Soon there'll be signals. If you wanted to get in early, you could, but it could take some time. Like if I was a buyer of the stock, I wouldn't mind buying at these lows for sure. Okay. Because I'd be buying and holding. If you're a buy and holder, I wouldn't mind buying down here. Personally, me. But if I'm going to trade options, I don't want to buy an option and have this thing sit sideways for a while. I want it to move. Yeah, I want it to go the second I get in. So I don't see the signal for that to happen just yet. Okay. Let's see. Annie says, I started a music teaching job on a Monday. Am I too late to join level 1? Do I need to be free to join the class, or can I watch the videos? Yeah, listen, you could join the school anytime, okay? We do the classes, and they are recorded, and you don't need to be there live. I've set everything up. The way that we do it at the schools, we set it up so that you don't have to be there. You send in your homework, you send the email with your homework, and if there's something that you were really stuck on and you've been working and studying and you've gone through all the video lessons and the video library and there's like a concept that you're having an issue with, just type it in the email. Hey, I'm not going to be in class. This is an area of the chart that I'm having an issue with. In class, can you make mention of this? Take a look at my submitted homework and give me some insight so that when you're free, Friday night, Saturday night, whatever it is, whenever you're free, you go into the library, you retrieve the video and watch the session. And you see everything detailed there. And then at the end of the class, we give out the homework. And we post it in the forum too, so it's available for you there. You go to the forum, you see the homework, and then you have time to do the homework and have it submitted to us. Okay? All right. Great stuff. Thank you. 40 minutes. I think this is a good enough amount of time. So that's it. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on. Keep your eyes on it too. And we'll see you in the Telegram channel. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate it. And take care. Oh, hit the like button. Bye.